program for running your business, invoicing, scheduling, all that stuff. What do you have in place? And if you don't have anything in place, what are you planning?
Yeah, so that is one thing. This meeting that I had this morning, I was talking to, or about was about that as well. So because currently I don't have any CRM that I've been using, it's just me. So, but what I'm trying to do is gear up for next spring when I hire. So I want to have all of these processes in place before I get there. So I'm not just scrambling around. But so right now I'm currently just using QuickBooks Online. That's how I write up my invoices and estimates and send everything over, which absolutely sucks for day-to-day software. Just knowing what your history was for customers and all that kind of stuff. It's an accounting software. So, but I've just been dealing with it for years. I've been looking at a couple. I tried House Call Pro for probably about a month.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really give it enough time for it to really sink in, so I can't really say much about it. A buddy of mine was telling me about Cool Front, which I think
Mm-hmm.
is now owned by like Field Edge, I think is what it is called.
I
So
believe
that,
you're right.
yeah, so that obviously starts getting into more flat rate pricing, scheduling, maintenance contract where you can like organize all of this stuff. So I'm not the right person to ask on like what to do, but I'm also the person asking on what should you do.
Well, that's what
So,
I'm
because
saying.
yeah,
Because you may not be the guy who teaches a class on Cool Front or what CRM to pick, but you're experiencing it in real time. So
yeah,
I'm more curious about what your thought process is and where you're at in the process. Not necessarily how good they are. I mean, just where you're at and what your concerns are and what you
sure,
found out
yeah.
so far.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you what I'm struggling with and why I know that I need a good CRM. Lately, for whatever reason, sending out estimates and invoices through QuickBooks, my customers haven't been receiving them in their normal inbox. It goes to their spam, and that is just getting super annoying. So, because the email doesn't come from my email, it comes from some random Intuit email. So
Mm.
that's frustrating. So I'm kind of wanting to get away from that. And then again, I said history of a customer. It's just not really designed for that. Um, I would love to be able to go into the software and see, okay, the last time I was here, I did this. We have all these pictures that you can put in there, notes, blah, 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 you know, and just more detail oriented when it comes to tracking your customers and what you've been doing out there. So, and then also the whole maintenance thing, that's going to be a big deal for me because I'm going to be really jumping on board with that. And I want maintenance contracts to be integrated in with everything. And because, we're going to be doing like, I don't know, the details on specials or discounts or whatever the case is. I don't know how all that's going to play out yet, but and then, also probably most importantly is whenever I do have employees that are out there running calls, they don't need to be calling me for, oh, what do I charge for this? We need to have all that set up.
Right.
It's on their iPad. It's seamless, because at the end of the day, these are some words that I heard this morning that I think are fantastic. At the end of the day, we need to be operating a business that is easy to work with. It's simple, it's seamless for the customer, right? So that's really what I'm, thinking about when we talk about all this stuff is how well is it going to work for the customer?
Yeah, for some reason, I mean, I've never been a flat rate person, but I mean, if you want to put something into place where your guys don't have to ponder what the cost is or be subject to people debating a cost, then you give them the book and they had to go directly from the book. I mean, it takes the decision out of their hands, which sort of
Yeah,
takes that conflict of conscience out of their hands too, because this is what they have to do,
yeah,
for better or for
yeah. I mean,
worse.
I know a lot of people don't like flat rate pricing, but I mean, I think there's a way that you could probably find a happy balance between the two, right? Because I don't think every job, because I do understand that some jobs are going to be easier to get to, either like physically, right? You don't have to
Hmm.
walk 2 miles across a roof to get to the unit or
Right.
whatever, right? Or, so there are differences there. So why not tailor it to that? So if it's a straightforward, replacement on a certain part, why can't you have a flat rate for that? Because you know what the price is, You know what your labor rate is, you know what your overhead is, and you know what your profit margin, what you want it to be, right? So why not make a flat rate, make it seamless? And let's say we add on a little bit if it's super difficult to get to and it adds an extra 30 minutes to be able to access it or something like that. But I mean, I do understand too that when you're with bigger companies, you have technicians that are at different skill levels. So you're going to have someone that's like super good go in there and knock it out, and then they get charged the same amount as if someone was doing the opposite that took them 3 hours. So I see the struggle there,
Yeah,
but that doesn't
absolutely.
have anything to do with me. So I don't care about that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right. If you want to watch more videos just like this one, click on this playlist right here. If you want to see our brand new video, click right here. If you want to find out more about the great sponsors that make this show happen, click up here. And to join our email list where I notify you when we're going live, click right here.